Vindictus: Defying Fates. Its release date is yet to be announced, I believe, 2025.
2025 coming out sometime in 2025 by Nexon Games. I am super excited for this game.
Alrighty.
Does it look cool to you?
It looks all right, to be honest. Yeah, I like, honestly, no, it does look cool. Sorry, I was thinking of just still in my bitterness of everything we've done tonight. So, I really thought the character models were really cool. The
Yeah.
animations of like I don't know which trailer you watched, but I think the one I picked is the most recent one.
Okay, so
Um,
yeah, that's the new character release one.
yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it was really cool. Like that giant polar bear looking thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was cool. So, let me roll the trailer.
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll the trailer. So if you guys don't know anything about Vindictus, this is actually a follow-up to 2010's Vindictus. This game is an online MMO RPG that has been going on for like 14 years. The original one is a free-to-play live service game, so we're not going to talk too much about that.
Yeah.
This game, however, is not a free-to-play. It is not an MMO. This is a single-player experience coming out as an actual full-release title. And I am super excited for it because what I'm thinking, and people, not a lot has come out about this game, but what people are thinking, and what I'm also kind of thinking
That
too.
polar bear. Sorry. That
Yeah,
looks so cool.
if you guys are just listening, like the trailer itself is just nonstop, like I don't know, a full minute of just ass kicking. But
Yeah.
there's like a gigantic polar bear, and they're running through and just slaying a bunch of people, and now they're getting ready to fight this gigantic polar bear. The combat too in the trailer looks really really cool. But back to what I was talking about with the story. If you're a fan of the original Vindictus, I do think that you're going to be a fan of the story of this game, but I'm thinking that this is going to be a reboot because it appears like it's telling the original story, um, like retelling the original story because they're using the same place and the same characters from the original game, but in a way that like makes it feel like they're kind of just taking the same characters and same setting and starting over. You know what I mean? And I'm excited for that because like with the online, the MMO RPG aspects of it, not into that. I'm not gonna lie. That's not my thing. I'm not into those style of games, those free to play live service and bullshit. Like I don't love that. I just want an actual game that has a story mode that I can complete start to finish. And in Vindictus always looked really cool to me from the aspect of like combat and fighting and lore and stuff like that, but I never wanted to jump into that online realm. This is my chance to like not have to put up with any of that nonsense and just get a game that I pay for start to finish.
Yeah, that's really cool. I honestly didn't realize. So a couple other games that they've released that I have been interested in was Naquan. Do you remember that game we talked about? Naquan. Yeah, Last Paradise. So they're going to release that, and then they also just released the first Descendant. So these are like their type of games, but this one seems a little bit more. I don't know how to explain it. Less about, like you said, about the less. What am I trying to say here? Less about the live service, or not at all about the live service, which is I like that aspect too. I agree with you. It's nice to have a game where you buy it, it's the game, and you don't have to keep like playing to get to certain things. Like it's all in the game, and I like that idea.
Yeah, and so like Adam said, there's two trailers that we dropped that well not we dropped where we have no we have no affiliation with this game, but there's two trailers that have dropped for this game, and both of them look really really great in the sense of like the way that the combat feels really polished and really clean, and that's one of the things that they're saying is like this combat is going to kind of revolutionize. So this is going to be more like a hack and slash. They're saying that this combat system is going to kind of revolutionize. That's not a word. Revolutionize. There we go. Nailed it. The hack and slash genre because like again, I love a good hack and slash, but at some point I'm kind of not looking for a button masher. Like I want a hack and slash that feels like controlled and like slowed down a little bit, and something that like makes me feel like I'm actually playing a game other than just tapping attack 5,000 times. And this, I feel like, is going to give us that.
That's my like negative feedback about hack and slashes too. It's like you just hit the same square over and over and over and jump and dodge, dump, dodge, square, or jump, dodge, attack. Like that's all it is.
So, and what they're saying is that this combat system is going to be changing to the point where they want to make a hack and slash, but they want to make it more controlled and make it feel like you're actually doing something other than just hammering the attack button over and over and over. So much so that they're saying that the combat is going to be slowed down a little bit. So there, if you're a fan of the original game, you know that there's like speed stats for your attacks and stuff like that. Those are completely gone. So the combat system that they're introducing into this game is not affected by statistics at all. It literally just is the combat system. And I think that's a perfect way to go in order to have the control that you want to make it feel fluid, but also make it feel challenging.
And I think to go along with that is you're going to have the ability to create your own character. And I think that's where you're going to have the ability to balance it the way you want based off of the weapons and the overall combat style. I'm going to guess that there's going to have different abilities that each character will have.
So the way that I've kind of seen it, and I'm glad that you brought this up because this is a little bit hidden too. I mean, people know about this, but you really are going to be creating your own character here. And a lot of people are saying that they're a little confused because they're seeing characters in the trailers right now that are from the original game, and it makes it feel like you're just going to be playing as one of those characters, but you actually are going to be able to build your own character. So if you look at the original trailer that dropped, Lan and Fiona are the original characters in that, but they were only available in the pre-alpha test, so that's why you saw them in the first trailer. And this second trailer that just dropped, Delia and Karok, but those characters are only going to be playable in the alpha. So in the pre-alpha and the alpha testing, you're not going to have the ability to build your character. You're going to get one of these original characters, which is why you see them in all the trailers. But yeah, once the real game drops, you're going to start fresh with your own character, build it out the way that you want to build it out. And we've seen a lot of different styles in just these two trailers. So like in the original trailer, Lan had like her shield and sword. So to me, that's very much like a more defensive type character, right? And then you had Lan who was dual wielding. That's very much like in your face offensively. So I think even though this system is kind of tailored to slow you down a little bit and be a little bit more precise and a little bit more challenging, for lack of better words, you're still going to be able to kind of tailor it a little bit to the style that you want and then double down on all of the things that you love about it within your character build.
I also really like that this one is based off of Celtic mythology. You know me.
The Celtic lore.
Oh, Celtic. Did I say Celtic?
Yeah.
Boston Celtic mythology. I meant, yeah.
This is based off of the Boston.
Paul Pierce.
Yeah, Paul Pierce is, and
Larry Bird.
Yeah, Larry Bird had a lot to do with this game. It's gonna be great, guys. It's gonna be so.
That's not what I
sick.
meant. But yeah, I think that's really cool. You know me, I love and overall, I really think that this one, just the aesthetic of the game, like that frozen tundra that the trailer has, and the big polar bear fight. It looks like it's gonna be like epic battles. It's not gonna be like little, I don't know. I think the overall game is gonna have these really cool fights and battles that you'll be able to play. Because is this one co-op or did it say yet?
It's gonna release as a single player, but multiplayer is coming.
Gotcha. So it's gonna have both. I'm curious to know how that's gonna work.
I'm curious to know how it's gonna work too. But I mean, honestly, like we said, what game did we say? What were we talking about last week? What was the game we were excited to play together?
Oh, hold on one second.
Windfall Hunter?
Yeah, Windfall Hunters.
Was it Windfall
Yeah.
Hunters?
Yep.
Yeah, I think this is like a game that we could play together.
I agree.
That'd be
I'm
cool.
excited about this one. The more we talked about it, I was like, because I looked at it and I was like, I don't know, this one looks all right. But as the trailer rolled on, when I first watched it, I was like, wow, this looks cool. This looks like fast paced. It looks like a good hack and slash. It almost gives me, I know it's completely different in terms of like the camera angles and stuff that it looks like it's going to have, but it reminds me of God of War, like that kind of setting, that frozen feel, and just the character models and things like that. It reminds me of God of War.
It feels a lot like God of War to me too. Yeah. And like I said, man, I mean, this combat system, if they really do the things that they want to do, because I love hack and slashes, I really do, but like at some point I just get kind of bored. Like I want the combat system to be a little bit more intricate. I want to feel like I'm actually like learning something instead of like spamming the shit out of attack and then just dodging out of the way. I think this is going to give me that feel. And if you're looking for something more or you're a fan of the original Vindictus, like I think you're going to be super excited to grab this game.